Hi guys, today I have the February Paletteful Packs box and I'm going to make some art. Sorry if it's a little bit loud because there is construction going on. So we have blue squiggly stick and we have posca pens. So I got a black one before from a previous one, and it was more on the bigger side, like the size of these ones. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, turquoise, white, and this is a size 1.8 to a 2.5 millimeter in the bullet shape point. I'm pretty sure they might have a chisel or something. I don't know. I wonder if they have a brush. And then I think these are Uni Posca pastels. So that's cool. I didn't know they had pastels in purple and pink. So now we actually have a card again. Last month I think we didn't get a card. So we have 3 different things. Well, technically 3 different types of things. And actually, you can clean the tip under the tap as often as you want, and if it gets dry, you can even soak it overnight. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. So our prompts are song, lizard, pixel art, and flower. I feel like we do flower stuff a lot here, but I didn't know. Might do it again. And then we have the crescent textured blackboards, and we have 3 of them in 5x7. You probably can't see it because of the text of the plastic film on top, but I will show you more of the texture later. So this is supposed to be the blackest blackboard on the market, and it's good for pastel, chalk, and colored pencil and acrylic. That's cool. You can use acrylic with this. So let's move the box aside and open up the paper for the board stuff. So we have 3 of them, and they're actually pretty thick. Well, it's a board. What am I expecting? So on one side, I don't know if you can see, but it kind of has the texture of tissue, a paper towel. You know when you have like watercolor and you have too much water, so you use like a paper towel to dab it, and then you get this weird looking pattern because of the texture on the paper towel. That's what it looks like. So the back side is all smooth though. So I'm guessing if you want more of a textured one, you could use the texture side, and more of a smooth side, you could use that side. So the red one and the yellow one is actually smaller. It's like a 0.8 to a 1.3. The other one is like a 1.9 to 2 point something. So I have this paper which you can test them out on, and you have to shake it until you hear a ball, like a metal ball, I'm guessing, which makes sure that that means the paint is mixing, and then you tap it like usual. So now we have the orange. It's really fun watching the paint slowly go, but I did not remember having to shake this much when we used the black. So yeah, it just says press until okay. I definitely like the thicker one better. No, I think my handwriting looks neater when I have used thicker pens. So we have the yellow one. You can see a little bit of the yellow coming through. Yay, it's almost fully saturated. They also have numbers on it to indicate the numbers. These are like their basic colors. So the color names are very normal, I guess. It's not like moss green or like, I don't know, what do you call it, sunflower yellow? I don't know. Maybe if you've got the colors in between, you would find more of a variety in the color names. But this is aqua green. And then I'm guessing we won't really see any white because it's white paper too. It's hard to tell if the thing is coming through, but now I can actually kind of see some of the ink. Oops. See, oh, okay, you can actually see it because I think their white is more warmer. But after, if the paint is dry, then you can. It's really opaque and it's great for that. And the paper, they have little tabs, which is a great little thing, so you don't really actually rip the whole paper, which I usually find when I'm ripping paper off crayons and stuff. But let's kind of devise a plan. So that's a messy looking flower, but I'm hoping that the colors really pop out. Maybe we could do like a flower and then like white music notes behind to like for a song, and then baby flowers on the bottom. I'm really sure. Maybe I'm just messing around right now. I like, this is a rose. Waiting for the inspiration. No, this teal really reminds me of an Easter egg. I don't know why. So I'm kind of drawing like some flower. So I have this idea of using the pastel to kind of layer it on to posca pen color. But I'm kind of having trouble finding a color that to layer the pastels with that isn't white, because I kind of want to save the white for the back for the music notes. But I have inspiration. So I have this shirt and it has a bunch of flowers on it, which I really like the shape of. So I'm going to try and recreate them with yellow and kind of layering on with some pink. I think purple might be too dark. And since we don't have a brown, I'm just going to stick with the yellow for the middle. But it also has like a bud that hasn't fully opened yet. And I think I don't know which one I want to try. But then there's also this one, which is like more fancy looking. But then there's one that's like partly opened. I don't like the partly opened one. Okay, so I'm going to, okay. It's definitely not as bright as I thought it would be. But it actually does look brighter on camera, and the pastel is definitely not going on well. So I'm going to go in with the white to act as like a base coat, so the yellow can shine through more and look more opaque and neon. But the white hasn't dried yet, so I'm going to put on another layer of white, wait for it to dry, and devise my plan. Maybe blue might be better, but I'm going to try a different one. I'm going to do the open one too, just because I like both of them so much. So now I think blue might be better for this one and yellow for the open one. So I'm just putting a layer of blue on all of the white, kind of covering it up. I think this is definitely going to look much better if I just went in straight with the blue instead of going with white underneath. So now I'm going to go on with yellow again on top of the white, and I'm going to do the little dots. I think since the yellow one has a smaller nib, doing the center, it looks a bit more natural, but it's definitely easier using a bigger nib. I'm going to try going on with the pastels, and it's definitely not working. So I'm just going to go straight in with an orange Posca pen, because I think both of these colors look really great together. So I'm kind of randomly adding lines. Sometimes it's inside the blue, sometimes it's outside the blue. And I'm coloring in some pastel in the inside of the open flower petals just to give it some color. I'm adding some music notes. I tried to add a highlight, but it looked all wonky. And I'm adding some white to the blue one just to give it more of a pop of color. I'm doing the same type of technique with white on the yellow one and adding leaves. The yellow one is more like a daffodil, and the white one is more like, I want to say tulip, but I think it's more like rose. So I'm adding stars to this one because the blue one kind of reminds me of a glow-in-the-dark party. So I'm just putting a bunch of stars. My bigger ones kind of look wonky, but I'm just going to add some music notes. I know there's no such thing as a music note going that way, but it looks good. going to sign both of them on the bottom. And that's it.